audible? Very good. So let me give you a quick introduction of myself. Myself is Samir Naik. I lead the sales for Asia Pacific. India is one of our key market to grow our business, and that's why we're here. Vasu talked about AI, but before the AI, I will give you a little bit of about why the data quality is important. Now, IDC kind of defined the measurement of data in actually three dimensions. One is the volume, the second is velocity, and the third is variety. Now, why it is important are basic fundamentals for a foundational element for data quality. If you look at the volume of data in 2020, during the COVID time, it was about 44 zettabytes. But if you look at 2025, the volume of data has gone up to approximately about 180 zettabytes. It has gone up by 4.5 times in last 4.5 years. The reason being, obviously, the internet penetration, cloud computing, explosion of the IoT devices, etc., has contributed a significant and exponential growth of the data across the world. The second parameter is the velocity. If you look at the velocity, the definition is the speed at which the data is getting generated per day. If you look at 2003, the velocity of the data which was per day was generating is about 18,000 terabytes of data. In 2024, it is about 328 million terabytes of data. So if you look at this, it has gone up by 18,000 times, right? So the velocity is the speed at which obviously the data is getting generated. The third parameter, which is adding complexity to the data ecosystem, is the variety. Variety refers to both the structured as well as the unstructured data. Now, if you look at today, 80% of the data which is generated today are unstructured data. Now, when you have so much of complexity around your data ecosystem, how do you ensure that you drive quality into your environment so that you can go and have your, high impactful business decision-making process? And that's where, our platform comes into picture, which is kind of helping you to build a high quality data platform. Like the way, when you are surrounded by ocean of data, like the way the ocean water is not fit for purpose, when you are surrounded by such a huge amount of data, you need some kind of a sophisticated tool to ensure that you convert your raw data into any useful data. And that's where Vasu talked about, the agentic AI and the AI coming into picture. But what I believe is for AI to be much more powerful, you require a strong, high quality data foundations in your environment for you to for the AI to become more powerful. Because going forward, every digital applications that you bring into environment will create certain data, and then the data and AI will have more sort of a recursive relationship as you move forward. Therefore, the quality of the data is super critical for your AI to be more impactful. Now, if you look at the digital and data revolutions, for last 4-5 years, because ever since after COVID, every applications that you are bringing into your environment is generating some amount of data, right? As you bring more automations, it will bring more data into your environment. Now, what is happening is there are unique business models are getting created out of this digital data plus AI revolutions. So, for example, if you look at banking, a few years back, the digital banking system was non-existent. Today, digital banking system is a norm of the day, right? And with the AI coming in, it will kind of take into a different level altogether. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is with the digital data plus AI evolution, there are different models of the business are getting created, right? So the enterprises today, the most critical part for the enterprises today, how do you sort of harness those data points? Because every digital footprint that you have in your system is basically talking about the customer's data points, and which will help you to understand the patterns, the behaviors, etc., for you to sort of harness that power of information and the data so that you can go ahead and create different unique business model so that you can expand your business. And I'm not going to talk about all these different industry segments. I'm saying because of the fact that each of these business industry verticals are kind of linked to each other, so that for you as an industry vertical, you can actually get customers from shopping, from mobility, from healthcare, and so that you can expand your footprint as a business. Sorry. Now, if you look at the high-level capability of our platform, about data quality, because data quality is the foundational element for your business to get high-quality data, and there you can do purposeful activities, feeding the data into different, into analytics to get high-quality insights into your data. Data monetization through data product. We have built a concept of a data product inside our platform. It is basically, product is like basically like you buy any product which can have a tangible and intangible benefits. Similarly, the data product here is basically outcome-based and goal-oriented so that you can do different kinds of analysis using this stream of data points for you to monetize your environment. Just to give you an example, in the banking and financial services, if you are providing mortgage, you have a vast amount of data exists in your mortgage data sets. Now, how do you ensure that using a data product, you can build a data product on data mortgage, and therefore you can drive insights into sort of your customer behavior, market penetrations, how the market is moving, etc. And therefore that kind of insights will definitely help you to design and devise your own strategy to ensure that how can I grab more business out of this particular segment. Data democratizations is obviously an important aspect. Vasu talked about governance, sharing of the collaborations of the data. To me, data democratization is important because unless and otherwise you share the data across the board, you will not be able to derive the power of the data. Now, if you look at the word democracy is actually derived from the two Greek words. Demos means people and kratos means power. So it's the power of the people. Unless and otherwise you share the data across the length and the breadth of your organization, you will not be able to harness the power of the information that you have in your enterprise. Of course, there is security as built in, so you can strike out a balance between the various access controls so that you will be able to share the data across the length and the breadth of your organizations. Data culture is one of the important aspects. In many customer conversations, people ask about how do you sort of fix your data culture? How do you able to help us in building the data culture? To us, the most important aspect is what is data culture? Data culture, the definition of culture is all about what you do when nobody is watching you. That's the best definition of a corporate culture. And therefore, what as an enterprise organization we can help is basically define the process. Because the process actually forms the foundation for any kind of a collaboration and sharing. So if you look at data culture or a platform, the platform has been designed in such a way with access control, democratization of the data, search capability, collaboration capability has been built into the platform in such a way it helps the enterprises to fix that process, because process becomes more critical for you for your effective sharing of the data across your organizations. So that's important aspect from a data culture standpoint. So these are some of the few customers, enterprise customers we have across worldwide. They're using our platforms across the various geographies around the globe. My charter is to sort of expand this base as we move forward. The key important factor for us, every customer that we acquire in our bucket, we have a huge customer retention rate for us because we continuously create value for our customers and they become the voice for us for all markets globally. And as we move forward in the Asia Pacific and we are going to expand our footprint, these customers will definitely help us to sort of acquire more customers in the coming quarters. This is one customer who are using in the financial services, which is Berkshire Hathaway, is using our data trust as a platform to build the data quality for them to ensure that they have the issues around financial reporting, claims process, etc. So they're using our platform of data trust. My colleague Dev is going to talk about that in detail in his presentations. But this is where we are creating sort of helping the enterprises to solve the data problem so that they can ensure and help them take the data-driven decisions to ensure they create impact for their business.